Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today I'm going to design a necklace. I know there's a bunch of different stuff that is on my mat, but I'm going to use all of this to make a very different, unique kind of a necklace that I was inspired by one of the, like, she's a jewelry maker and she sells her handmade jewelry and stuff. I forgot her name. It was on Facebook, and I really liked that pattern. And it is kind of a very weird pattern, unusual pattern. So I thought I will do something like that. It is not a similar one, but it is combining all different elements. So I'm also thinking about doing the same, combining different elements of Sam's Bead Box. I just randomly put it out there. Don't think that I have sprinkled the beads, but I have a pattern in mind. And I want to use 49 strand bead stringing wire. I would use the very good wire, because I want this to be nice and flexible, and this is going to be purely gemstone and a gemstone and a check glass necklace. So it's a high-end piece, and I want to use a fine what to say fine bead stringing wire. I'm going to use soft flex. That's what I have decided to use, and you can use a 19 strand or 49 strand. I like to use the 49 strand, and I'm going to do the medium here. I'm not going to do the fine one. Is also fine, but medium is also okay. So I'm going to use a medium. I'm going to take some wire out of it. I like to work with a spool, as you guys all know by now, but I want to show you guys how I want to design the center, the pattern, the middle pattern. For the middle, I have pulled out a button. I know it's an unusual element to have, but I pulled out a button, and I'm going to use jump ring. I'm going to use rather a big jump ring, so I'm just not going to use a small regular one. I'm going to use a bigger one. But if you have, I think I would make my own jump ring with 18 gauge wire. That's preferably good. So I would just make my own jump ring. Just one jump ring is what I need. So I would make it with 18 gauge wire. I would take the stamp loop making pliers out here and just put this in the middle and just wrap it around just once or so. You can get 2 jump rings if you want. So there we go. We have our jump ring. Let me just snip this off right here. Okay. So I would snip off more, and then I would cross. There we go. There is one jump ring. See this? I need this to be exactly where it ends. See that? That's how we make jump rings. You can, hammer it if you want to. You can also use 2 sets of pliers to open and close the jump ring, a bent nose pliers and your needle nose and tweezle nose pliers. So here we go. I take this, keep it in here, and hold it, and just make sure these two meet and they're nice and flush. If not, you can snip off a little bit. I don't know why they're not flush. They're supposed to be flush. Let me see once more. There we go. That's much better, I believe. Open the jump ring, and I'm gonna add it to the button. there is a reason. I'm not going to close the jump ring. I'm just going to keep it right there. So here these drops that we have, I'm going to take 24 gauge wire and make some tangles. The more dangle, the better it is. I really like tangles, especially with this teeny tiny flowers. It makes a lot of sense. So make a U, squish between your pliers. It's a head pin, so that's the head. And then take your round nose pliers and just make this point of time. You can cut the wire. I just work with a spool because that's what is easy for me, and zero wastage. But you can also cut it at this point and just hold on to it and wrap until you finish the head space. You can just snip off the excess wire and make sure this is nice and tucked in. We have one of our dangles. I don't know where I put. There is this other bead. So the next dangle, you can make as many dangles as you want. Dropped the bead. You can make as many dangles as you want. You can actually do multiple dangles. We have quite a lot of beads in the box. I made a earring already with 6 of those beads, so I just want to make 2. Again, same thing. If I'm working with a spool, I will just make myself a loop. Snip off the excess wire, tuck the tail in. Pay attention to the teeny tiny details that will give you your jewelry a professional look. Right now, before closing the jump ring, I want to add this on both sides, and then I would close my jump ring. Okay, then still I'm not happy with the jump ring. Let me see if the other one that I made here is perfect or not. Still okay. You can also simply do a wire wrap, which I think I will do it just to make it secure. Just take a little bit, like 2 to 3 inches of wire. It's not needed, but I'm a little bit paranoid. You can think that way. So you can just wrap this wire around. Oops. Take this. See that? That's what I'm talking about. Can be a messy wrap, it doesn't matter, but just do the wrap. You can also do it with 26 gauge wire. This is a little bit tough, but once you have that messy wrap out here, just go ahead and snip this excess wire off. Tuck it in because this will go on your dress, so you don't want it to be poking. So just snip off that excess as well and tuck that in. Now I'm happy with it. So that's that. Okay, now I'll make a wire wrap loop here, like probably with a 20 gauge wire. I would take this. So this is going to be like this, and I want this to come below and this to follow. You can make one single thing or you can make multiple ones. That's up to you. So if we are making one single thing, let me just see. I would probably make one single thing and then I would add some element of gold to it, a spacer bead or so. It's just, you don't have to do it, but if you have it in your stash, go ahead and use a spacer bead, a metallic spacer bead. Okay, I'm just making a head pin with 20 gauge wire, squishing the U. Sometimes this is, yeah. Then at this point, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a wrap loop. Okay, not a big one, a small one. Before closing the loop, I want to go ahead and add this. Okay, and make a wrap loop with 20 gauge wire. Okay, and then if you want, you can make a curlicue out of it, but I don't want to. I will just snip this off. Tuck the tail in because my rose quartz is already carved, so I want that to show, you know. So this is our pendant. Kind of a very unusual pattern, don't you say? But I like it. So this is what I want to do. and I'm gonna go ahead and string my rest of the beads on the sides. So I figured out a pattern and I was doing my stringing. Okay, so here it is. I just added some seed beads and then ra- it's like a roundel bead, I would say, like a seed bead. You can use 6 or seed beads if you want. I had something matching to the color palette in my stash, so I picked up this and then I just added that, and then I continued stringing here, and then I used the citrine bead that we got from the box, and also the 8 of seed bead, the gold 8 of seed bead you can see just before that. And then I continued, and then I strung the button in, I mean through this uh, wire, and then I continued with a different seed bead, which is like this color. It's a matte, but it is actually matte transparent light brown AB finish. It has an AB finish to it, which I really like it, because this one is translucent or transparent, whatever you like. Yeah, translucent is what I would say, and it has that glittery thing, so I want one matte and one glittery. I don't want, because this is a very subtle color palette and we are not going to use any strong colors here, so everything is, as you guys know, a little bit toned down, I would say. So I wanted to use the other seed bead, and then I continued a pattern, and then again I added the citrine, and then I continued, and then I added this bead from the box, and then I added this, and this turbine bead also I added here, and then I continued. I'm going to take this off completely, so I'm going to restring this part, but I wanted to show you guys what mistake I did. So I want this two strands to be intertwined. That's the pattern I was inspired with. Okay, so for the intertwinedness of this project, I need something for the strand to go in and out through. So I thought this big bead has a big hole, so I thought it will comfortably fit the two strand, the medium soft flex strand that I'm using. It is 0.019 inch or 0.48 millimeter thickness. So I wanted a bead. This was a big enough bead, okay, this was not, so I thought I added this, and then this was big enough bead. But then when I make these two strands like this, see, I will go through how I picked out all the beads here, but these two strands, if I put through, see how the wire is showing out there, right there, can you see that? So I have to add a big hole bead, like a 6 or seed bead or something like this bead over here, just before the two strands get separated and then get intertwined. And also I pulled out this bead from my stash, which has a 2-hole bead. It's like a bar bead. It has a double color. One color is, one side it is transparent, the other side it is it is a rose gold finish, I would say. Let me just yeah, this is the one that I was using. I'm using Rula beads. These are called 3x5 millimeter. So this is the one that I had in my stash, so which worked perfectly for these two strands to separate and join. It is seamless, and this looks very, very pretty. I really liked it. But because I didn't do that here, I use the turbine beads for that, because I don't want this to be my pattern. I want it to be different from that side to this side, so it's going to be intertwined in multiple places and then go from there. And as you can see, this is a round. I'm going to add a jump ring and add the clasp. That's the style that I'm going forward for. And I have used multiple seed beads. These beads, as I said, it's from my stash, this one. And then I split it, like, because I want to add the green element throughout. I just don't want it to be in a particular place. And also we have two greens, this light one and this bright one in the picture, so we need to actually marry everything together. So that's my idea behind it. But since I have this, I need to take out and then let you guys know. But I just want to show you guys before I take it out. In that case, it'll be clear for everybody. So I'm going to restring it, so everything from this part onwards. So I cut my wire. I thought I would salvage it before without taking it, but it cannot be done. So that's why I'm gonna take it off. It's okay, even if you struggle a little bit, then you take it off and then restring it. That's fine. You can always do that. But I would like this pattern, so I'm just going to take off the wire and leave the pattern nicely, so that I will come back and restring it very nicely the same way that I put together, because I really like the way that I put together this one. So I take this off. Yeah, it is long, long one, but I think I can do it. So from here I need to take that. So I'm just gonna pull the wire off, hold this like this, so that I know for sure what path I need to take. Okay, now, so this is what I have strung so far, as you guys can see. So this is how the necklace pendant will look. I know it constantly turns around the button, but I think when I wear it will be fine. Maybe one more strand will make it straight. So this is the pattern I strung. Okay, I randomly strung. See here, there is 3. Okay, and then I have this citrine bead, and then there's 2 in between the petal beads. I have added 3 seed beads, except for the middle. I have added 5 here, and then 6 here. The white seed beads are a little bit bigger than the pink one, so I figured I need that much. And then I just went through the button shank, and then I came again. I added citrine bead here. I didn't add the seed bead because I felt like with the pink the citrine looks good. I don't want to add a little bit more glitter. Then I continued with the seed beads. I added this, then the turbine beads. Now I'm gonna add, this one right here, so that my beads are, I actually so in my beads there is this Picasso finish. So some are with more mint, some are with more brown. I would like the brown because I don't want the attraction to be taken off, so I would like the brown. Okay, this way when I add the next strand it should be fine right here. So then I continue with the seed bead. So I am randomly putting the number of seed beads. I'm not counting it, but if you want to count, it's up to you. You can do so, but I am randomly putting it. That much is for sure. There was 8 seed beads, 11 seed beads. You can also use anything else, but 11 seed beads is the one that I would like for this project. Then there is 6 here, then a petal. Okay, I should have taken a picture though. Okay, and then maybe this comes next. Okay, so and then I put this ruler beads, just one of them. Then I add a little bit of this transparent color, because maybe the transparent color comes after this. I'm not so sure what I did, but it's okay. So I want to randomly include that color as well. Six beads, and this one, this also we got from the box, and now it looks pretty. So I think I included this bead right here. That's what I think I did. Okay, I'll remove this. Hi friends, welcome back. So I have designed this completely. I know it was like a lot of back and forth, that's why I was not able to say for sure this is what I'm gonna do. There was a lot of back and forth. So finally I came up with this design which I really like. So if you notice, I didn't there's two strands, but one strand went like this all the way, curved back and came back again. You can do it that way, or how I'm gonna finish this side, you can finish it that side as well. Like you can cut two strands and finish it that way as well. So both are fine with this pattern, and this is how I am going to finish this project. As you guys can see, I have here, there is a pink, okay, which is, let me show you guys like that. So there is this pink element in this necklace. There is a pink, there is this white, there is this golden color, there is this green color, and there is a rose quartz as well. So I have rose quartz, I have citrine here and here. I have citrine, 2 beads, and the rhodonite beads are here, okay, all the way and scattered here as well, right? So this one right here, I have like 5 of them are here, and then there is nothing here, but here it comes 1 here and 2 here, and then again 5 of them, 6 of them here. That beads are there. 2 colors of seed beads, as I told you guys, this one and this one is the one that I used. Okay, and then I also used a 6 of seed beads, which is this is dark topaz rainbow gold, and this is my Yuki bead. So I used that as well. So I used 4 of them, one here, between outside the turbine beads. I have 1 turbine bead here and 1 turbine bead here. These beads also I have used 3 beads, right? And then I have used most of the petal beads I have used, except for this one green. Everything from the box I have used. And then this one, I wanted to actually make a connection between the pendant and this one here. So I included, I don't want to include the rose quartz because there is 3 of the rose quartz carved beads. I want to save 2 for the earrings. So here what I did was, I left out the rose quartz, just these 2 I have included it here in my pattern. It's a totally asymmetrical necklace. This pattern I liked it. You have to randomly put stuff, but you can see which one goes together, which one doesn't go together, and which you like, you don't like. It's totally up to you. You should just, before finishing this, you need to make sure there is no gaps that's seen. But I feel that a 2-hole bead would be good. I use this one right here, 1 here and 1 here, but you can use any 2-hole beads you want. I use this what is this called, ruler beads, but you can use super 2 or whichever you have. You can use it here to separate the strands and then to combine the strands. So I used here a ruler bead, and then here I got both the strands together through the 6-0, then the turbine through the 6-0, then again it is here and it is connected through this button now again, then it got separated, the 2 strands, then again the turbine bead. then it got separated in the 2 strands, and then again I did that set repeatedly here. So this is also asymmetrical. The turbine and the ruler bead, and the turbine. So I changed that as well. So here again it comes, and then this stretch, both the strands goes through this entire stretch of beads. So that's also my design option. Then I separated them, and then here it got separated by this wide mouth bead, which I had the spacer bead that I used in the focal. So I came here, and my true strands are here. Okay, this is where I am now, but I want to create a loop like this only. So I'm gonna use my crimp tube. Okay, I'm gonna use a crimp tube, and I'm gonna take these two. See, I have used the golden A2 seed bead here. Here I didn't use it, and then I also used it here. So that is also like, if I'm going to use the tube bead, I don't want it to be very different from it. So as you guys can see, I'm just going to take a couple of seed beads, go through this. I'm gonna crisscross. Instead of going through the crimp tube twice the same way, I'm gonna crisscross like this. Okay, this way this side will also be looking like the same, right? So I'm just gonna crisscross this just like that. Okay, hold on nicely. Take your pliers, the crimping pliers, and you can crimp. Okay, and then go through the top and then do it. So now it's nicely crimped. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of a gap here, which I just didn't realize much. Just wanted to make sure before I do everything, I just wanted to make sure that I did everything properly, but unfortunately I didn't. But that's a lesson that I have to learn, right? So this is where the lac is. So I'll just snip this off and then try to do that. Somehow I was able to salvage this strand, I would say. But that also explains how strong these crimp beads are, which is nice to know, because you know that yours is safe. So go ahead, and I just added the crimp tube, and then I'm gonna crisscross through this. It's gonna be like this. I wanted it here, but yeah, so maybe I will take some off. Just gonna string these beads. Use your pliers if your cord is short. Okay, before doing anything, just make sure all these wires are nice and even. See, this side I have actually extended more, this side that's not, but that's how I want the design to be. I don't want it to be very large, or like this is how you have to do it. So there is nothing like that this is how you have to do it kind of a thing. You can always change it according to your preference. Okay, I'm just making sure I just don't squish any of the beads right here, and then crimp this. There we go. Now I will snip off this excess wire as close as possible. Now I will add a toggle clasp right there. Now the final part that I want to do is, there's a little bit of so all I'm gonna add is now a clasp. I'm gonna choose to add this one right here. I'm gonna choose to add the lobster claw clasp. I have some decorative jump rings that I want to use for this project. So I'm gonna take my bent nose pliers and twisted nose pliers to open and close the jump ring, and I'm gonna open it, add it here, and add my lobster claw and close it. There we go. And then here I'm gonna add 2 jump rings. Close it nice and tight, and then add 1 more jump ring. So now that's that. And what I'm going to do here is one more detail that I wanted to add is this bead. So here I'm going to, there's 2 drops here right in the pendant side, so I just want to make a similar drop here as well. Okay. Take your pliers and make a U and squish that U to make a head pin, and then take your round nose pliers and make a wrapped loop and tuck that tail in I'm gonna add this here. Okay, I'm gonna open this once more. I like to use my bent nose pliers for this purpose, and then add this bead right here and then close it. It'll give a finished decorative look out there, right? I really like the way this necklace turned out to be. It's a little unusual necklace, I would say, but I think that's what makes it really nice, and I really like to, you know, I really like to wear this. This is completely, you know, a very, very quirky design. I really liked it. I found my inspiration to be, you know, very truly nice. I hope you guys like this tutorial too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.